Hello, you're welcome to this session. Today, I'll be teaching you how to handle clients' objections as a realtor. My name is Kwado Royal and I'll be your tutor for this session. Okay, so let's quickly dive into what we have for today. How to handle clients' objections as a realtor. Client objections are a normal part of real estate sales. Every serious buyer has concerns before making a decision. Your ability to handle these objections effectively determines whether you close the deal or you lose it. Okay, so objections are a normal thing when it comes to sales, not just in real estate. It's also has to do with every other part of sales. In most cases, even we ourselves we express concerns about making a purchase decision, right? So you see that it's not just about real estate, but in your ability to um, handle these objections effectively determines whether you are going to close deal or you lose it. Okay, so let's move further. What exactly is an objection? An objection is any concern, doubts, or questions a client raises that keeps them from moving forward with a purchase. It's not a rejection, it's a request for more clarity and confidence. Most realtors often think that objections means rejection. No, objection is not rejection. When you encounter objection from any of your clients or prospects, it simply means you just see it as the person not needing more information. Okay, needing more information about what you're marketing. All right, so it's a concern, doubts, or questions. All right, so it's not rejection. When you see it as rejection, it means that you will not, you will be discouraged. Okay, you'll be discouraged. So most of these objections, most of the objections that clients raises, the price is too high. These are most of the common objections from clients, right? Say, price is too much, it is too high. I need to think about it. I don't trust the location, or I will get back to you. Okay, the most common one here is I will get back to you. And when they tell you that they will get back to you, you wait and wait and wait, and they will not even get back to you. Most of the times, you even send them a DM and they will not respond, right? So at the end of it, you feel rejected and you may quit trying, right? So going to the next one, see why clients raise these objections. Why do clients raise these objections? Understanding the why behind an objection is the first step to resolving it. Most objections stem from uncertainty, not hostility. When a client raises an objection, it doesn't mean that the client is not being friendly. Okay, he's just not certain about what you are marketing or your offers, right? So it doesn't mean that it's not friendly or that it's hostile. He's just trying to get more information about what you are offering him. Okay, so if you go down, you see reasons why clients raise these objections. One is lack of information. They need more facts to feel confident. So while you are marketing, always make sure you give out enough information about the property that you are selling. That is the reason why you should know more about, you should have knowledge and details of the property that you are selling, and also the details and information about the company that is selling the property, right? So the number two, the second one is they are not convinced yet. Especially when they tell you that I will get back to you, it means that you have not done enough work to convince them. The value that you are giving them has not fully clicked. Okay, so in this kind of situation, always make sure that while you are giving them information about the property, highlight the value that they are going to get. Okay, always highlight value they will gain out of the decision they make, right? This is where you now bring in the benefits of buying that particular property, right? So always try to give them value. Let them see the value in the property that you are marketing to them. Okay, so the third one is trust gap. They are unsure about the agent or process. This is why for you to build trust, first you need to develop relationship. Okay, you need to develop relationship first. Once you develop relationship, they tend to trust you more. There are several strategies for you to develop this relationship with them. Most of the times you don't market immediately. Once you are able to get their contact, okay, you start by introduction and checking up on them. The marketing should be the last thing. You don't just get somebody's number and start bombarding them with property. These people don't know you. For them to hand you over such amount of money that they want to buy property, what if something goes wrong? How are they going to get back their money? You see it. So always try to focus on building relationship first with your prospects. It makes the whole thing easier, right? So the fourth one is financial readiness, budget concerns, or financial uncertainty. Most of these people, they are investors, they really want to buy, but at the point, as of the time that you are marketing these properties to them, they may not actually be financially ready, right? So what you need is not to bother them, but from time to time you check up, or you offer them a payment plan, right? You offer them a payment plan, or you give them another option that is within their budget. That's why you really need to know what their budget is, so as to know the kind of property you offer them. Clients are not the same. There are people that can afford higher properties, while some don't have the capacity to buy luxury properties, right? So always try to know their budget before you market. Okay, so financial readiness, you offer them your payment options, your payment plan. Okay, and if they are not yet ready, all you need to do is just keep following up. All right, maybe once in a week you call or you text to follow up. So you always make sure that you keep in touch with them, all right, because there are a lot of other realtors that are also talking to them about properties, right? So the fifth one, which is the last one, is comparing options. They are evaluating other property agents. Just like I told you, it's not only you that is selling properties to them. There are other people. They have other realtors contacts or other agents. Okay, so you really have to look for ways to make your own marketing and your offer unique in order to draw their attention. So we go to the next slide. Never argue, always educate. Okay, so the golden rule of handling objections: never argue with the client, educate and guide instead, right? When you argue, you create resistance. When you educate, you build trust. So instead of arguing, always make sure that you understand the client's concerns and educate them. You build trust by doing this. By educating them, you build trust. Okay, your role is to be a trusted advisor, not an opponent. You don't need to start fighting them. Some clients say some things intentionally just to see how you react to it. You understand this? So the way you react to it will actually tell them whether this person is to be trusted or not. Okay, it actually tells them how professional you are in handling matters or cases like that, right? So shift your mindset from winning the argument to solving the client's concern. There are most times realtors, they engage in an argument with their clients with the aim of showing off, trying to tell them that I am Mr. Know-all. I know everything about real estate. There's nothing you will tell me about real estate that I don't know. That's not true. That's not how it's done. Okay? You need these people's money. You don't need to prove to them that you can win them in an argument. Instead, we know that you know much. Just put it in a way, just direct it in a way that it will look like you are educating or advising them, not as an argument, right? So remember, an objection is an invitation to provide more value. Treat it as an opportunity, not an obstacle. An objection is never an obstacle. It is actually an invitation for you to provide more value, okay? To provide more information, to provide more details about the property that you are selling. Okay, so if we go to the next slide, right, we are still on the golden rules of handling objections. Okay, see, one of the golden rules is listen attentively. Okay, listen attentively. Let the client speak without interrupting. Give them your full attention. Body language, eye contact, and silence all communicate respect, right? Rushing to respond signals that you care more about closing than understanding. When you always rush to respond to what they are saying, or maybe interrupt them while they are speaking, it shows that you are desperate. And once a client detects that you are desperate, it is a red flag. Okay, it is a red flag. So once they are speaking, just pay attention to what they are saying. From what they are saying, you can actually get more information, okay, on why they are raising their objections. When the objections is about the price, okay, this is one of the ways you can respond, right? I understand your concern about the price. Let me make sure I fully understand where you are coming from. Then you can now know if his budget is not up to the price that you called, right? So you know if his budget is not up to the price of the property, or if they are expecting money anytime soon, or maybe matters like that, or cases like that, right? So active listening builds rapport and often reveals the real objection beneath the surface. Okay, so when you listen very well, when you listen carefully to what they have to say, from there you pick points of which by the time you start responding or answering, you hit those pain points that you were able to grab. Once you're able to get the pain points of any clients, right? Once you're able to get the pain point of any client and address it very well, you have actually won that person's mind, right? So the next slide, you see, this is step 2 of the golden rule. Acknowledge and empathize. Make them feel heard. Before offering any solution, validate the client's concern. Empathy disarms defensiveness and opens the door to a productive conversation. Always make sure you make them feel heard, right? Listen to them, what they have to say, and empathize. What he means by empathizing is putting yourself in their shoes, right? So you can use responses like this. That's a complete That's a completely valid concern. Okay, when they are raising their issues, instead of telling them no, it's not like that or it's like this, you can tell them that yes, you are actually right, or that's a completely valid concern, or what you said is true. A lot of my clients also raised this issue at first, but after investing with me, or after investing, they were very glad that they did. Right? Acknowledgement doesn't mean agreement, it means respect. When you acknowledge what they are saying, even though it may be off point, or you just have to acknowledge that they are right, okay, then you can now educate them or make them understand your own point, or your own point of view actually, right? So by doing this, they see you as somebody that is respectful. You respect their own opinion, right? So, and it disarms their defensiveness and opens the door to a property conversation. So I've been in so going to the next one. See, ask the right questions. We're still on the golden rules, right? We ask the right questions. Surface level objections often hide deeper concerns. Use open-ended questions to uncover the real issue before offering a solution. So what this place is saying is that the surface level objections, before they raise the objections, when they raise the objection, there are also other things beneath that is actually deeper than the concern that they raised. Okay, so you need to ask technical questions to be able to get those information from them. Okay, so such questions you ask is, can you share what price range you had in mind? Okay, then the next one is, what's the main thing holding you back from moving forward? Especially when they tell you that I'll get back to you, you can follow up with, what's the main thing holding you back from moving forward? Okay, so you can reach out and ask them the reason why they are holding back from moving forward. So they may actually open up and give you more details on their pain points, the reason why they have not been able to make purchase decision. Okay, so have you heard okay, the next one, have you had a negative experience with a property before? This particular one works for me very well. Whenever I go for marketing, once they start raising objections, this is the questions I ask them. Have you had any bad or negative experience with a property before? That is when you now hear different stories, different version of stories from different clients. Okay, so once they are able to open up, if you can grab this their pain points and address it, you can actually use it for someone else, because most of their concern is about having negative experience, bad experience, scam and all of that. And you know, there are a lot of real estate agents that are scam. They will sell and they will not allocate. They will not even give you property. That has become the talk of the day in as much as real estate is concerned in Nigeria. So a lot of investors are afraid. They are scared. They don't know who to trust again, right? So the goal is to shift from defending to discovering. The real objection often emerges only after the second or third questions. You need to ask them technical questions, right, for you to get more information. This particular one works very well. Have you had a negative experience with a property before? It works very well. I use it anytime I'm going for marketing. Once I'm having conversation with someone I'm prospecting, I always bring in this question: have you had a negative experience with a property before? Okay, so we'll go to the next one. Educate and provide value. This is the next golden rule. Now that you Understand the concern. Respond with facts, benefits, and solutions, not pressure. Position yourself as the expert who guides, not pushes. In whatever thing that you are doing, don't make yourself look desperate once you are talking or having a conversation with your clients. Okay, once your clients feel that they are under pressure, they withdraw. Once you are pushing them to make a decision, or once they feel that they are under pressure, they withdraw. Okay, they may not actually give you that attention again. Okay, they may not even respond to your texts or messages, even your calls again. Why? Because they feel pressured when you are marketing to them. Okay, so you can tell them things like this. These are another way you can respond when they raise objections about the pricing. I said the property is priced based on its verified location, doing documentation, and upcoming infrastructure development in that area. Okay, so you let them know why the price is that way, right? Always remember to include facts while you are giving information about your property. Include facts, include the benefits, and include the solution. Okay, include solutions, right? So it is very, very important to note this. Okay, so let's move forward. The fifth one, the golden rule. All right, so you see, reassure with proof. Words build interest, proof builds trust. Use real evidence to remove doubts and give clients the confidence to move forward. Always use proof. Always make sure you provide proof once you are marketing or giving a client details about a property. Okay, you can give information about the past client success. Okay, you can say we've helped dozens of clients secure land here and verified documents. All right, so you can show them past client success. Okay, things like we have helped dozens of clients secure lands. Okay, you can use past client success during your marketing to reassure them proof. When you go for inspection with your client, you can take pictures, right? You can take pictures. When you go for allocation, you can also take pictures with your clients, right? It stands as a client success. So you can share company's survey plans, date of assignment, company credentials that validates the transaction. Okay, just to clear their doubts and help them make purchase decisions faster, right? So testimonials also is part of the proof. You need to reassure them. Okay, testimonials, real feedbacks from satisfied clients is one of the most powerful objection handlers available. Always make sure you get feedbacks from your clients. Okay, so once you close any deal, collect feedbacks or testimonials from them. It also helps and it makes objection handling very easy, right? Because people always go where others have gone and succeeded. Alright, so going to the next one, the sixth one, close with confidence. I think this is the last one. After addressing the objection, guide the client towards making a decision calmly and confidently. Hesitations on your part creates hesitation on theirs. When you start withdrawing or you are not consistent, you see that they themselves, their attention will move away from you. Like I told you earlier, there are other realtors that are in their inbox, that are in their DM every day. So you yourself, you need to make sure you stay close to them and let their attentions be on you, right? So listen this is just like a summary of what we have done today. Okay, you can tell them things like this: would you like us to reserve this unit, or would you like us to reserve this plot for you before the next price increase? Okay, because it helps them make faster decision. Nobody wants to actually pay higher when they know that they can pay less, right? So with things like this, it triggers a kind of fear of losing out. Okay, fear of losing out. Things like price increase and then one plot remaining or few plots remaining or limited plots available, something like that. Okay, you use it to trigger them, okay, to make them make faster purchase decisions. Okay, so this is just like the summary of what we have done today. Listen, let them speak fully. Number one is to listen. Always listen, let them speak fully. Then empathize. Empathizing is putting yourself in their shoes, understanding their point of view, right? Don't argue. Don't show them that you can win them in any argument that has to do with real estate. No. Okay, so validate their concerns. Okay, so ask questions. Questions help uncover the real issue behind their objection. Then educate them, provide facts and values, benefits as well. Okay, so don't see them as an opposition. They are not an opposition, right? So you show them proof, show evidence of people that have purchased the property, and also a testimonial from your clients, right? Then the last one is guide them to make decisions. That is where you close the deal, right? All right, so we have come to the end of today's section, right? If you enjoyed this video or got value, just click on the subscribe button. So I'll see you in our next session.